This is a short, whoops.
Nice seeing you.
It's your son go for a spin. This is Wash Day Blues, which is written by a friend of mine, and it's just a little short story which I'm going to read to you. My sister couldn't choose between evening classes in belly dancing or sequence ballroom dancing. All this because I mentioned I might fancy business studies. What's the fun in business studies? Come with me and relax. Let go for once. I did my own thing, I always do, and that was not gliding in unison to the strains of the gold and silver waltz, or worse, still gyrating round the assembly hall of a local girls' high school to the throb of an Eastern rhythm. No, I went to adult education college in town and came away signed up for night school lessons in foundation literature. Well, I like reading. Weeks on and I'm thinking, perhaps sequence dancing might not have been so bad. All we're doing here is theory, and our tutor Ted is relentless. Another thing, how can we get to call our teacher by his first name? Riveting stuff tonight. We've continued our exploration of images, interpreting their meanings. It's like the Enigma code all over again. Regrouping after our coffee break, Ted presents an unfamiliar, untitled poem. Is this poem really a straightforward account of an old peasant woman washing clothes on a bitterly cold winter's day? Yes, Ted, it is exactly that. But considering this evening's teaching, we can assume that its true meaning has nothing whatsoever to do with laundry. Occasionally, in the awkward silence, there is the scrape of a chair, a cough. We turn to fellow student Mike as he leans forward, thinks better of it, and settles back. I have to smile. Mike, 30-ish, stubble, hair needs a cut, dozy countenance. It must be the influence of the Wash Day poem, because I dream up a new name for him. Drip Dry. Sheer inspiration, I love it. Tutor Ted is no help. The oppressive quiet demands I say something. Well, someone must. And what Jem comes for? I offer primly. It's an amusing little poem. Drip Dry surfaces again. But the images are like raw. I mean, it's freezing. She's scrubbing, starching and ironing. And that woman's ultra determined on getting the damned washing done, come what may. Confrontationally, he looks straight at me. I'm not provoked. I don't see him having much to do with cleaning, though a good wash wouldn't do him any harm. Eventually, Tutor Ted puts us out of our misery, revealing that the meaning of the Wash Day poem is about soldiers, war and death. What? Oh, come off it. Ted's parting shot is to dismiss us home with orders to write him our own metaphoric poem. It's a bit late, but back in my flat, I succumb to enjoy and regret 2 vanilla slices before recklessly taking up my paper and pencil to begin drafting Ted his poem. Ted says poetry employs a unique vision. Here's his chance to benefit from my unique vision. I skim through my textbook of literary terms, picking out a few potent words and weaving them with computer language, something I do know plenty about. Making it sound like I'm condemning computers, when really it's my take on complexities of learning literature. As usual, I overthink, then surrender to my generous side by graciously adding the title Foundation Lit to my creation. a clue and advantage that Ted does not deserve. Back in class on the day of reckoning, our manuscripts are returned to us. My paper has Ted's scribbles and scrawled arrows angled across the page in red ink, indicating awkward rhymes here, and what about the length of the line? Aha! With glee, I read the last comment of all. Obscure phrases here. I reach his summing up. A triumph. I like the jaunty rhythms, the computer language, the witty tone. Very nice. I am stunned. The whole class bonds, condemning the riddle of the wash day poem. Now then, careful, warns Ted. The consensus is there are no budding poets amongst us, with the exception perhaps of Drip Dry, who has composed an impressive poem about our city streets. Memo to self. Must guard against calling him Drip Dry to his face. Ted announces that the course teaching will move on to consider bawdy Shakespeare. Oh, give over, Ted. How many weeks of that? Bawdy Shakespeare, for goodness sake. From across the room, my unguarded expression of disbelief and disapproval has caught the attention of Drip Dry, who, grinning, has the temerity to send me the cheeky wink. What is he doing? More to the point, what am I doing? I return him the bawdiest wink ever.